going to give you 10 reasons why Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000 by December and ultimately 150,000 by late spring of 2025. All right, let's jump right into it here. So the number one reason, right, we have an extremely positive crypto president now in the United States, not just crypto president, but a crypto Congress. Both the Congress, the House, the Senate are both in lockstep with President Trump on this. So it's going to be very crypto friendly. And we're going to have regulations put in place at some point here, probably in a near term, which is going to give more clarity to the market, which is going to ultimately make it easier for people to get in and hold crypto. That's number one. Number two, Gary Gensler is going to be fired. And that's huge, right? Because he's the SEC chair and he has destroyed the crypto market in the last 4 years. Just absolutely caused so much FUD in the market, causing so many problems for Bitcoin and other cryptos. So that's going to be gone. A huge obstacle gone. Number three, Charles Hoskinson was named to the U.S. Crypto Advisory Board by Donald Trump. And for those of you who don't know who that is, he's the creator of Cardano, ADA, and that's going to be used for multiple things. We're going to talk a little bit about Cardano tomorrow and some of the use cases, why Cardano took a big jump, and how Cardano is going to be used on top for smart contracts on a Bitcoin blockchain. That'd be tomorrow. We'll get into that. The number four reason, we have 90 million in Bitcoin shorts were liquidated. That's huge, right? So you're now wiping out tons of shorts, which has given more upside to Bitcoin here to continue its rally. Number five, and this one's huge. It's going to be one of the biggest drivers. So MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, bought 27,200 Bitcoin, or 2.3 billion, his biggest Bitcoin purchase since 2020 when he first got in. I think he started buying in August, right around August of 2020, and he's bought as much now, or actually a little bit more than he did back then. Dollar value, obviously, well more. So that's giving a huge boon to Bitcoin and the crypto market in general. BlackRock is also buying up a lot of Bitcoin for their ETF, so another driver there. You also have, on top of that, you have countries like the U.S. who are going to make, and again, this goes into number 8, U.S. is going to, the Treasury is going to be purchasing $200,000 or 200,000 Bitcoin per year for the next 5 years. And that's to back their Treasury, right? To back and strengthen the U.S. dollar. They're probably going to use other things too, commodities, maybe some other things out there as well, maybe even some silver and gold. We'll see what ultimately goes on there, but that's a huge help. We had 38 billion in trading volume in Bitcoin, huge. And the miners' profits are soaring, right? So the more miners out there, a lot of miners are getting turned back on now because it's now profitable to mine Bitcoin again. So that's going to help ultimately the blockchain, make it run smoother, quicker, better, and hopefully make transactions cheaper. Let's see, the biggest one, number 10 here, retail is entered the market again. With retail jumping into the market, we have a ton more buyers. So retail is ultimately what really drives the crypto market, especially the altcoins. And altcoins are really starting to take a turn up. Now, certain ones, not all of them, obviously, right? There's ones that have not done a whole lot like Litecoin, but Dogecoin's had a massive run up. And I think Dogecoin has in large part because of Elon Musk and his place in the President Trump's cabinet that he's going to have there, which is, I think, I can't remember what Doge stands for, their Department of General something, right? But he's going to be reducing costs for the government. I can't remember what that acronym is, but it was Doge and Doge. It was two different things to use that acronym for. But Elon Musk obviously loves Doge, and it shot up to around 33 cents today. So it was up around 20-30% over the last couple of days here. Huge jump up. I'm glad I'm in it. I should have bought more, but another good reason. And remember this, Doge was a fork off of Bitcoin, off the Bitcoin blockchain. So know that it's got some of the same use cases there. I'm not sure what they're going to use it for long term. There's been talk that Elon is going to use it in Twitter as a payment method, We'll see. There could be other things that are far cheaper and better to use for payment system there on Twitter, but that's something that is viable. Definitely an option. Shiba Inu could be another one used as well, among others. Those are the big reasons. And why are we going to get to 150K by let's call it mid next year, springtime or late spring? And a large part of that's going to be because a lot of countries are doing this now, like what El Salvador did, right? Where they have Bitcoin as their reserve currency. A lot of other countries are now going to be using Bitcoin to back their currencies. China may do this. Russia may do this. I think a lot of countries are really going to jump in and do this just because it's going to strengthen and bolster. And they see the U.S. doing it. They got to do it, jump in line too. So that's going to kind of artificially pump things up outside of retail, outside of regular retail. You're going to have a bump up from all these nation states buying Bitcoin. So a lot of good things coming up for Bitcoin. Now, how long does this bull market last there? Hard to say. Could be halfway through next year. It's feeling more likely it's going to be through most of next year because, look, the new administration doesn't come in until late January. By the time they start instituting things, you're looking at early spring, middle spring before things get heated, and maybe the Treasury starts buying Bitcoin. So I think you'll see a buy up there. And I think once the U.S. does it, you're going to have a lot of other countries doing this as well as a lot of other financial institutions. There's been talk of Ford buying Bitcoin for its to balance itself out to protect itself against inflation, to hedge itself. So I think a lot more companies are going to be doing this. Michael Saylor's been preaching to these other companies why you should be doing this, and he's proof of how it's worked since 2020. So you got 4 years of proof now how much MicroStrategy has gained in value and stock value, and how much the company's books look way better because of Bitcoin. If they just held it in cash, they would not be nearly in a position they're in. So smart move by Michael Saylor. Other countries and companies will start doing the same, and that's ultimately going to continue to drive Bitcoin up further. And now what we're noticing, and this we'll get into a little bit tomorrow, the difference. So the Bitcoin dominance dropping, and when things shift into the altcoins, and which altcoins, right? So they all run differently, right? The AI tokens, the meme tokens, those two have run pretty good. Gaming hasn't run yet. We have a lot of things that have not run yet. So we'll get into a little bit more there and talk about the altcoins and what they're looking like next year and what the time frame is for massive jump ups in altcoins. All right, guys, we will catch you tomorrow.